This is San Antonio Campground in the Santa Fe National Forest. This is off of 126 on the way to Fenton Lake. San Antonio Campground was totally redone in, I think, 2010 with electricity and nice pullouts and nice spots with picnic tables. They're both loops, so you can turn your trailer around and pull in the right way. We've been coming up here, golly, for probably about 10 or 12 years, and it needs a little bit of repair and maintenance, but by and large it's one of the nicer campgrounds in the Jemez, close to Albuquerque. This is the place for the campground host, and there's been a campground host almost every year that I can recall. So this is site 1. It's a pull-through. There are 6 electric sites here. It's got water. It's got electricity. Although I would say that water has been inconsistent. I know last year they had a bacteria in the well, and so they shut all the water down. I think they got it going towards the end of 2023, into the camping season. This is site number 2. Again, it's another pull through next to the San Antonio River. So the road side of the campground is to the east, so the sun comes up on the road side and goes down on the stream side. There are some big trash bins that you can use that are picked up weekly. This is site number 3. Again, it's an electric site. It's probably the biggest of all of the sites because you've got double parking spots. I've actually seen 2 trailers in here at a time. There's 2 tables. There's 2 barbecue grills and a fire pit. Although in the summertime it does get a lot of sun, because if you can see, not a lot of shade in the middle of the day. There are 2 vault toilets in the campground, unisex. This is the one for the upper loop, and they're okay as long as there's toilet paper. This is site number 4. 4 is a nice site, but it's really close to the road, and if you have anything more than about 20 feet, it's a little bit tricky. I've seen some fifth wheels in here that actually stick out into the roadway. Again, it's electric site. It's okay. Not one of my first choices, though. This is number 5. And number 5 is a back-in. Got to kind of watch number 5 because it's closest to the vault toilet, and so depending upon how the wind blows, you can get some kind of stinky stuff going on. Oh, by the way, this is what the plug-in looks like on one of the 6 electric sites. It's, again, water at the bottom, power at the top, 30 and 50 amp. Although when we were here last year, somebody had shut the water valve off to this particular campsite. This is number 6. It's one we kind of like. It's got a real deep back in. It's got a table, barbecue grill, fire pit, electricity. This campground is managed by Recreation.Gov, and the problem is You can book 6 months ahead of time, but we found that you really need to watch it and see if you can get an electric site. If you're in for dry camping, then this is fine. This is a great site, number 7. 7 has got a nice view of the valley below. Again, it comes with fire pit, barbecue grill, table. There's even a place to hang your lantern. This is site number 8. Number 8, again, it has no electricity like number 7. But it's a nice site, and it's fairly far. Well, not too far from the bathroom, but you don't have any, certainly don't have any smell up here. This is number 9. I guess you'd call it a pull-through. It's got a great view, but there's a really good slope. And so I've seen a lot of people kind of struggle to level their trailer up in this particular site. Number 10 is a real nice site. And again, like number 8, probably not as deep as 8, but certainly deep enough that you could get a fifth wheel or anything pretty long in here. Now we're heading up to the group site in the loop turnaround. Just a real pretty campground. And what's nice is they put some trails in down next to the river that you can walk pretty much the whole length of the campground. So there's some individual campsites in addition to the group site. Another vault toilet. This is great if you're doing tents, because you have to park here and walk back into these different campsites. Probably won't go in and look at all of them because they're all pretty much the same. They've all got room for a tent, but as you can see, there's a lot of people that you're going to be nearby. Plus, if you're working with your gear, you have to bring it in from where you park your car. 14, 13, 19. There's one up on the hill over there. Not bad, kind of close to the river. Certainly pretty, but you're going to be close to your neighbor. This is the walk path to number 19, which is right there. So walk along the paved pathway a little bit. I think this was put in for ADA, for wheelchair access and people with limited mobility. But you can see it's close to the stream, parallels the campground pretty much from top to bottom. I think the campground is open from about May 15th to September 15th, depending upon the weather. Sometimes I think this year they kind of kept it open till about the middle of October. But like I say, you need to watch Recreation.Gov and check for spaces available because they're very popular. And I'd mentioned there's also Redondo Campground, which is first come first serve, and that's just on Highway 4 on the road over to Los Alamos, and it's pretty nice. Great for tents. Not a lot of places for trailers because the depth is just not there. And then closer on down the road, you've got Jemez Falls Campground, which is Recreation.Gov, and it has, like, I don't know, 4 loops, maybe 5 loops, and a lot more sites than what San Antonio offers. So we'll pull back up off the walking trail so we can get to the lower campground and look at those sites. This is to the lower loop now, number 20. It has no electricity. It's a pull-through. One of the problems with it is it's directly across from the toilet, and again, depending upon which way the wind blows and whether they've cleaned it or not. But it's got a nice little view of the stream. Probably one of the few camp spots that do. And when they built it big enough to where if you wanted to put a tent in, you can put a tent in right there. Again, vault toilet. I think there's 4 vault toilets in this campground. This is number 21. Again, a non-electric site. It's got a pretty deep spot to pull a trailer in. All of these campsites are very much the same, with a fire pit, a grill, the lantern holder, and a table. We actually put our hummingbird feeder onto the thing. Instead of a lantern, you'd be amazed how many hummingbirds there are up here. Number 22, very similar to 21, pretty deep. Of course, on this side, you are closer to the road. You can see a line up there where the grass stops. That's, I think that's 126 going up to Fenton Lake. Fenton Lake's only about, I don't know, 15 minutes from here. 23, it's a nice spot. Maybe a little quieter because it's got a little bit of a backstop to the roadway. Number 24, again, it's a pull-through. I've seen smaller trailers here, pop-ups, tents, but again, you're pretty close to the road. This is number 25. It's not quite as deep as the other ones that were up there, but we like it a lot. We've got a 25-foot trailer, and what we like about it is it's got more of a hill, and the rocks kind of protect you from the road noise. It's also close to the bathrooms and close to the trash. Yeah, it's a nice one. Dumpster for your trash. Again, unisex vault toilets. I would say bring your own toilet paper because sometimes the campground hosts and the Forest Service just don't pay attention to the supply. This is the bottom of the loop. It's got a few camp spots. There's only one that a trailer could do, and it's supposedly handicap access. It's number 26, and I've seen trailers in here. It's fairly nice. The only problem with this end is that the other campsites that are below it, a lot of cars are right next to parking and going and coming right next to where you're staying. So you get down here, you've got, I think there's 3 campsites, 27, which of course would be a tent site, Not too far from the road, but maybe a pretty good backstop to keep the noise out. We've just never camped down at any of these. Number 28. Same configuration. Oh, I noticed that there's no grill at any of these campsites right here. Guess they figured they were too small to put a grill in. And we're coming up to the last camp spot, really isolated, down at the end of the lower loop. Number 29. Looks like the post is rotted out. And again, room for a tent, maybe a hummingbird feeder, table, and a fire pit. But it's nice if you want to come down and get a little privacy, because you're further away from the road here. So that's it for San Antonio Campground. I put this together because I tried to find something about the camp spots at San Antonio and didn't find anything on YouTube. So hopefully it'll be helpful for you guys to figure it out. Remember, 6 months ahead of time you can start booking. So sometime in November you can start booking for May, and you just have to look at available dates for the different camp spots and decide which one you want. A lot of people bring generators up when they're not at an electric site. We've got a little Honda that doesn't make any noise. A lot of guys bring big construction generators up that make all sorts of noise, but the quiet hours, I think, from, I don't know, 7 in the morning till, or from 10 p.m. until 7 or 8 a.m. Anyway, hope this helps. Hope you've enjoyed it. Hope you enjoy camping in the Jemez.